I just wanted to give my opinion on the Granola survival arc, which is the saga starting right after the Moro arc. One of the things I have to give Super credit for doing, and it's been doing this for pretty much the entire time since it stopped retelling movies that, were later turned into arcs, is that it knows how to make a good first impression, at least from what I've seen. So I was excited for the Universe 6 tournament because it looked like Piccolo and Boo were going to have multiple fights and it ended up happening, but the first impression was good. When Goku Black first showed up, I was excited for that. Again, I didn't like the end result, but the first impression was good. When the Tournament of Power first came out with the poster, I was cautiously optimistic they were going to use some more people. And that's probably the only arc of Super I'd say I liked, at least the show's version of it. And with the Moro arc, when they showed Boo getting kidnapped and Goku and Vegeta getting, treated like trash, I was enticed. So Super has always been able to start a new saga or arc with something that's interesting. The character that is apparently infiltrating, I guess, this prison or this ship is the main villain of the arc, Granola. A nice appearance. I was intrigued by the different 7-3 clones that we saw. And this actually touches on something I had been positive with the Moro arc for, which is that it made a good decision to not kill off most of the Galactic Patrol prisoners because I thought there was more they could do with them. And it looks like this is going to be it. Um, I will say that it is kind of irritating to see 7-3 still alive because a lot of people thought he was going to do something that involved basically being the hidden antagonist of the Moro arc, where it looked like Moro was the real main villain, and then 7-3 steals his powers or does something else to take the spotlight off of him. And I guess it's only irritating to have him back because when you remember that there were multiple people, um, Shimirika, whatever his name was, the one that Moro zapped before he fused with 7-3, when you remember that a character like that who was largely unexplored is left dead from getting zapped, but the one that fused with Moro, who apparently was blown up, is still alive. That just seems kind of goofy to me. I'm hoping that they use the other characters in a serious manner, but I know that, Super is not a fan of doing that. Um, from the offset, I personally would like to see them finally do something with Boo that consists more of just giving him one fight and then putting him to sleep for an entire arc, since we've seen that now, what, 3, 4 times. So again, it looks like it could be promising, um, but we've seen too little to know its true contents. But you could say that for the beginning of every arc. Really, I'm just kind of sad that there are people who are actually upset that this arc is picking up right after the, or seemingly right after the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga. And that's actually been a plus for me because one, I do believe will eventually go to the end of Z if Super's manga continues far enough, or continues for a long time, or for some, several year duration. But also, one of the criticisms I had of Super when it was a show, and, largely with the manga as well, is that there's no organic storytelling or connective tissue where events just keep kind of happening. So, Bad Lagaj, you had Beerus show up, and then Frieza just happens. Um, the Universe 6 tournament kind of just happens. The Goku Black thing is tied back to Future Trunks. That was the first time they kind of averted it, but there wasn't much in the way of showing it while the tournament was going on, or foreshadowing in the present story. Really, before the Tournament of Power, you didn't have much that was tying the arcs back, and that was something that the Moro arc was pretty good about doing, where it found ways to tie itself back to stuff we found out about Boo and the Boo saga. Um, so having this arc take place right after is completely fine by me, as long as they don't reverse Moro being deceased. Because if they do, then that's a complete slap in the face to the conclusion of the previous saga.